Hi, I'm Karen. We're here at Montavilla Sewing Center, and today we're going to talk about the threading and the bobbin winding on the Juki TL-18Q. To start with, when you go to unthread your machine, no matter what sewing machine you have, snip the thread up here and pull the excess thread out at the needle area. That's because you want the thread always going towards the needle, not against the needle. The problem with pulling your thread from the spool backwards out of your machine, lint and stuff can build up in the thread tension area and in some of the other areas. So you don't want to have that happen, messing with the tension on your machine. So snip, pull, and just discard that 18 inches of thread. Okay, so to start with, we're going to wind a bobbin. This is the guide for winding the bobbin. Is on a little bit of a spring here, so that's going to help wind that bobbin nice and firmly against the thread, firmly against the bobbin. Just like you've got it wound nice and neat against the spool, it's going to keep it nice and tight against the bobbin. So we're going to put the end of the thread tail through the side of the bobbin like that, from inside to outside. Now the bobbin is the same. You can use either side of the bobbin. This little thing here, which is what we put the thread through on the other side, that's important to get it on this little lug that's on the spindle. That's going to keep the bobbin from, it's going to make it so that when the spindle turns, the bobbin stays with it. Now this is the stopper lever. So to engage bobbin winding, we push this here. To disengage, we pull it back, or as the bobbin fills with thread, it will push this back until it stops winding, and that keeps your thread from over winding on your bobbin. Okay, so let's make sure that's back there on that lug. Push this over here like this. Then hold the thread tail up so that it doesn't get tangled in here. And we're going to push on the foot control like that. And you notice the needle did one up and down, but then it disengaged, and now we're just going to wind the bobbin. I'm pushing gently, but you can push fast and wind it really fast. At this point, I'm going to stop. It's made several layers on the middle of the bobbin. I'm going to cut that thread tail, and then we can keep winding. Now, I'm not going to wind a full bobbin because I don't really need to at this point. But if you're using black or white or gray, you might want to wind a full bobbin. At this point, I'm just going to stop, take this off of here, cut my thread. Now, another thing about this lever here is if this gets bumped and pushed this way, no sewing's going to happen over here. You'll hear the machine going, but no sewing's happening. So if that's happening, check to make sure this is not pushed back. Just push it away from the spindle, and then you can do all the sewing you want to. Okay, so that's bobbin winding. Now to put the bobbin into the machine, lift up this little hatch here, take out your bobbin case. Now we want to turn this so that you can see this little notch right there. And then hold your bobbin so that the thread is pointing away from you over the top of the bobbin. So you don't want to have it underneath, you don't want to have it pointing towards you, you want to have it away, pointing away from you from the top. So see how this is also pointing away, so that'll help you remember that. Put this in here like this, hold this so it doesn't spin, and then you put your thread right into that little notch, put it under this metal plate, and pass that little hook right there. So that is the correct way to thread your bobbin. Now you turn this so this little window is upright. And see how I've got the lever open? And opening this lever like this is actually going to keep the bobbin from falling out, because that little hook here grabs the edge of the bobbin. If we have this shut, the bobbin can fall out, and that's how you would remove your bobbin. So to put it in, we want to keep that firmly in there. Again, the window upright. Put that onto the spindle that's inside there. Close that little lever, and the lever, when you close it, is actually grabs onto the end of that spindle inside the machine, so it keeps the bobbin case into the machine. Then tuck the little thread tail down in there, shut that part, and that part's done. One thing I did want to show you in the previous video, which I forgot to mention, we have a little button under here. Now watch what happens when I push this button. See how the light changes? Here's the brightest, a little bit less, and then all the way off. The machine is still on. You can see that from this light here. The reason why we might want to have this changed a little bit different, well, the way I would use a dimmer like this, is if I had, say, I was sewing at nighttime. Now, sometimes sewing at nighttime can be your best time to sew because everybody's asleep and you got time to yourself, right? But it's dark and you don't have a lot of ambient light. Well, having this full bright like this can be a little bit too much, maybe a little eye strain. So we might want to turn it down a little bit, just so you still have light in the needle area and on your needle plate, but not so much so that it's just overly bright. But if you're sewing during the day where you've got lots of daylight and sunlight, you may want to have this all the way up bright like that. Also, depending on if you're sewing on black fabric or white fabric, that might determine how bright you want to have this light. That's this little push button underneath there. Okay, so into threading the machine. So we pull our thread from back to front over this little part of the thread tree like this. Always make sure that your thread tree is aligned this way so that the guides are right above the spool pins, not turned to the back or to the front like that. It should be just aligned just like that. And then we go over here. It's a good idea to make sure that the end of your thread is nice and sharp so that you can go through these first guides easily, top to bottom, go around. And then I'm going to go into this last one, top to bottom. So it kind of spirals around this guide. Now there's a center hole right here, and that's for if you're using springy thread like nylon filament thread, which tends to want to jump out of the guides a little more easily. Then you'd use that third hole and spiral it around 3 times. But this is sufficient for what we're doing. Then this is the pre-tension disc. Now, so what that does is it gives a little extra tension on your threads. So some specialty threads you may need to tighten or loosen if you're using a thick or lofty thread. This is something you can kind of experiment with. But this goes right between the little discs that are like that, just right over the top like this. The normal neutral setting for this would be so that the metal spindle on the inside is even with the white plastic on the outside. So you can see it's tighter here. Now it's out a little bit further. Here it's indented a little bit. So we want it right about there. So those are about even. Okay, I'm pulling that down here. Then the next part is the thread tension area. Now this has where you can tighten it or loosen it. And if you were going to tighten or loosen your thread tension, this is the one mainly you would go for. Okay, this also has discs that are shaped like this. Now it's important for this part of the threading, in fact for the whole thing, to have your presser foot up, because if you have this down, that tightens this and it keeps your thread from getting all the way into the tension disc. So make sure your presser foot lever is up. And we pull this. I like to keep a little uphill pressure as I'm pulling this around. Then this little spring here is called the check spring. So we're going to go past that and into that little U-shaped part of the check spring. Then we go under this little hook here and into this thread guide here, up around the take-up lever. And the take-up lever, I'll explain if I didn't already explain. The idea of the take-up lever, and you notice this is the part of the machine that kind of goes up and down. Well, it takes up the slack for each stitch that's formed. So that's the purpose of it. So we put that there, put this back through here. This guide, you have the thread going into this guide, through the take-up lever, and back into it. So it's kind of a double purpose there. And then we have another thread guide here. Now, when you're threading your machine, there's a lot of thread guides, but each one is important because it keeps the thread in the correct place to make your stitches nice and consistent and even. Then over here, there's one more little thread guide like that. That's the needle bar guide. Because that it actually attaches your thread and it holds it close to the needle to make good stitches. Now this next part is really the wonderful magical thing about this machine that I really love. It's a needle threader. So we're not back to the old lick and stick method. You just push this down like this, put your thread underneath this metal guide right there and into this little plastic U-shaped area. Make sure your thread is pulled. Oops, I'll let go there. All right. Okay, just a minute. It slipped out of that guide there. All right, there we go. All right, and then put it to the right like that. Gently lift it up. I had too tight of a hold on it. I need to hold it a little bit looser. There we go. So yeah, gently lift it up, and it pulls a, I'm gonna have to try that again. Sorry. Sometimes you have to be patient with yourself and with the machine. There we go. That little loop of thread is now the needle threaded. You want to make sure not to pull the tail end because it'll just pull it right back out. But you pull that loop of thread, and that's what threads your machine. Let's show you that one more time. Like this here. There we go. Pull that loop of thread, and there we now have the needle threaded. Now notice that that loop of thread forms on the right-hand side. That's because your needle is actually facing so that the eye of the needle is going across rather than front to back. It's a little bit different about this machine. This kind of coincides with our bobbin being placed on the side rather than on the front or on the top. Okay, now to pull up the bobbin thread through the needle plate, through the stitch hole, we're going to take a stitch in the machine, lift it up, and that little loop of thread is our bobbin thread. Now I like to pull up my bobbin thread in the way that I showed you, because I'm about to show you, because it keeps your finger away from the pointy end of the needle. So I'll put my top thread underneath and swipe that straight back, and see how that picked up that bobbin thread, just like that. And now we're all ready to sew. So that's the basic threading and bobbin winding on your machine. If this video was helpful, give us a thumbs up. If you have comments and questions, there's an area down below that you can leave those in. Stay tuned for some of our other videos. Thanks for watching. See you later.